Tuesday, everyone. Let's go and get my partner in crime. There we go. Where is she?
Hi.
Hi. How's
How
it
are
going?
you? Good. I decided to do this outside because it's so insanely hot in my house. I can't even.
Oh, girl, yeah. I look at this. Like my studio, it's friggin' 26 degrees in here. Like, I can't.
Okay, well,
Like
that's
this.
nicer. My house is 34. 34 right now.
Oh yeah, no, I have no sympathy for you. It sucks. It sucks. I walked
Yeah.
outside and Jerry's playing with the kids in the pool, and I was like, that looks so good. But I got tequila talk Tuesday today, so I won't.
You
But
can do it shortly.
yeah,
Let's
exactly.
see your drink. How did your drink turn out? Nice. Very nice. I like it.
Yeah,
This is mine.
yours looks good
At least
too.
at least it's the same color, unlike the last time that we tried to do the avocado one and it did not turn out.
Yeah, fair enough. That's pretty funny. Well, cheers.
Cheers. Back at it.
Hmm. Yeah, well, because we missed last week because you were so busy. And
Yes.
actually, yay, congrats to anybody who's not following Jenna. She passed her real estate exams, so she's officially a realtor, which is so exciting,
Yeah.
like crushing another one of your goals. I'm very
Thank you.
excited about.
Thank you. I'm
You're
very
welcome,
excited to
welcome.
get started.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. I think you'll kill it. I think you'll absolutely kill it.
Hopefully take advantage while things are still going so crazy.
Yeah. Well, and then so we missed last week, and it was like honestly, it kind of gave us a chance to. Hi. So I don't have a door in my studio right now because Jerry was doing flooring, so this might happen a lot. Ada, go watch the show. Goodbye. Say bye. Okay. No, no, no. Okay. Okay, just wave, 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 wave.
Oh, happy
Okay,
birthday.
bye. 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 Okay. Um, yeah, so like last week, it just kind of, I feel like it gave us a chance to like breathe a little bit, which was kind of nice. You were able to focus on some other things, and then we were also able to figure out like our branding because we had that really good chat when we were doing my hair the one day, and we came up with a new colors concept and font and all that stuff. But I was actually able to like sit down and focus and put it together, and we were able to do that. So I'm actually really happy with that, just by the way.
Me too. I'm excited. I'm excited just for the whole package that we have going on. I think it was a good time. It was good to take the day and yeah, and get it done. So
Yeah, exactly. Well, and today, like first time back, like I messaged you and I wanted to talk about the vanity industry.
Canelo. Sorry, my dogs. Canelo. Uh-uh. Hey. Hey. No. Sorry. Oh my gosh, it's just like having kids. No. Savage.
Fur
Did
babies
you
and
hear
real
that?
babies. I mean, yeah.
Did you hear? Oh, yeah. Getting angry. Anyways, so sorry to cut you off. Continue.
It's okay. We wanted to talk about the vanity industry, and like pros, cons, and I think specifically what we wanted to talk about is like shaming because uh, there's just, I mean, like okay, so how do we even start this? First of all, we've been in the industry for a really long time, and we are in the beauty industry, or the vanity industry, as I like to call it, which is all about taking care of yourself. So. For example, the vanity industry is anything to do with making you feel good. That is injectables, plastic surgery, hair, nails, brows, lashes, makeup, personal training, like working out. That's all part of the vanity industry. And even though um, trends change and things change within the industry, it's not going to go away. The vanity industry is here for a really long time, and it's been happening since Cleopatra. I unfortunately have a really negative. relationship with the word vain and vanity, because to me it means that we are shallow and vain, and automatically meaning that we're not good people, and that's just not the case. And I feel like there is a still, even though we're coming into this woke world, that
I can't
there,
even.
right, that there's still so much body shaming, beauty shaming, and just being super negative. So yeah, what do
Yeah,
you think?
I think this whole freaking like woke thing, it's I feel like with everything happening right now, it's like it's going from one extreme to the other. And like we kind of chatted a bit about it. I just got my lashes done today, and we
They
had
look
some really
beautiful.
good. Yeah, they look so good. But we had some really good conversations about it and about like what we wanted this episode to be. And I think that it has gone it's so away from like health and wanting to be healthy, and now they're like shaming people who want to look good and take care of themselves and who care about that. And now it's like everyone should be freaking fat and that's okay. And like if you're overweight, like whatever, like do whatever makes you happy, but if you are unhealthy, that is not okay. And it's like this whole woke culture is saying that if you were unhealthy, that's okay. And I strongly disagree with that. Like, I really disagree with it. And
I
to
also
say, oh, go ahead.
sorry. I was gonna say, there's also like different varying degrees where it's like a small person can be unhealthy too. Maybe not
Yes.
necessarily a fit person can be unhealthy, like
Yes.
mentally, like with asthma or diabetes or what have you. It's not just people that are obese that are unhealthy. I actually happen
No.
to know lots of people that are bigger that are working towards their health that are ultimately by medical standards like healthy except for their weight, and that's it. So
Well,
I
and
feel
I know
like
people who are like super fit, like they appearance wise, they look super fit, but I see what they put into their bodies, and I was like, how do you look like that? And like your insides must be slowly dying.
yeah. And I just like, so I was telling you a story today about how I went, okay, so I had, hold on, let me preference this, is whereas like there's lots of body shaming going on about like where it comes to like a fit girl, say, and like, you know, like, oh, you're just, that's, it's genetic, and you know, you're naturally like that, or all you eat, like you probably starve yourself and all this stuff. There's all that negativity attached to it as well. But so I was telling you the story today about how I worked really, really hard. I had a gold dress. I worked my ass off literally to fit into this dress. I was so excited because I worked really hard. I felt really good. I mean, and then we all decided to go out. It was a bunch of friends, and I felt amazing. My hair was done, makeup was done, and dressed on point. I felt like a fucking queen. And I want to feel like that all the time. What happened though is, and I don't think that I'm a bitch like on on the day to day. But I went to the bathroom and I came out and I washed my hands and I went to go get paper towel, and there were these two girls standing by the paper towel machine. And granted, they were bigger. I was wearing, I mean, like I arguably wearing less clothes than they were. Like they were in t-shirts and jeans and stuff. But all I said to them was, "Sorry, excuse me, can I get to the paper towel machine?" And I got, "Skinny bitch," and like walked away from me. I did nothing to even warrant that comment, but I immediately got shamed because of the way I looked. And that's the second time that I've been called a skinny bitch out of nowhere. And
Yeah.
so I just but here's the thing is, if I had retaliated and said something like, you know,
Yes,
fat
fat.
cow or fat bitch or whatever, I would have immediately been fat shaming. And I'm not that type of person. I would never do that. I just kind of shrugged it off and grabbed my paper towel and left. But like, if I had done that, if I had retaliated, then I would have immediately been the subject of fat shaming, and I guarantee the other women in that bathroom would have come to their aid, not mine. Like, you know what I mean? It's almost like if you're fit or you look a certain type of way, you automatically according to other people, have this wall up where that negativity doesn't hurt you, or that's what that's perceived. Like, I don't know. It was just, I'm really kind of over,
Yeah,
I'm over being someone who likes to feel good and look good and being shamed for it.
100%. Like, I honestly I can't stand it. It's so annoying and it's so frustrating. And like being in the beauty industry, I don't know, like I don't want to go to someone who, like, if you're coming to me for like to get your hair done, I better have nice hair. Like, I better not show up in a freaking messy bun every single day, because what is that? How does that look good on me? It doesn't. Like, I
Yeah.
know in this industry, I need to care about what I look like, because it is a walking billboard for what I am doing. And I feel like there's some people that are like, oh, you should just like be natural. And if that's your thing, fine. But there are some industries where you need to put an effort in, and if you don't like that, I'm sorry, you chose the wrong industry. Like, you need to, there shouldn't be, I shouldn't feel guilty or ashamed for wanting to get my lashes done, for wanting to get Botox, for wanting hair extensions, or any of these things that make me, like, to myself, I feel like it looks good. And
Yeah.
if someone else doesn't like it, like, okay, good, you don't have to get it done, but it makes me feel good and I'm going to do it. And I just think this, like, wave of people saying now, like, everything going on with like the Victoria's Secret fashion models, I think it it really bugs me, because I don't think it is okay to shame people for them wanting to look good. And it's not good to shame people for being fat either, but there should be like common ground. Like, do whatever makes you happy, but don't make me feel
It's a
shitty just because I care about what I look like.
it's a double standard. It's 100% a double standard. So I actually really appreciate the brand Fashion Nova, because they have models of all shapes and sizes, all the ethnicities. They include everybody, and they reach out to, but they don't, they celebrate women rather than like there's like a beauty standard and you have to stick to it. What I The whole Victoria's Secret thing actually really irritates me, because I used to love watching the Victoria's Secret fashion show.
Love
Fucking
it. Love
loved it.
it.
It was so much fun. It was just entertainment. Like, and I happen to follow, some of these girls on Instagram, and like obviously we know Instagram's not real, but if we're going by what some of these girls are posting, they work their butts off to look that good and to make sure that they look good walking down the runway. That's hard work. That should be commended. It shouldn't be shamed. And then the fact that I don't know, like it's just like I don't know. I'm just like I understand like the need for like inclusivity, like that's but it shouldn't go the other way as well. Like it shouldn't be like, well, we're gonna fire all the skinny models and we're gonna hire just average Joes who don't know what they're doing. And like I don't know, like I mean obviously that's probably not what they did, but like it's just like it's very frustrating to me how there's such a double standard in this industry. Like why does me looking good change how you live your life? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, how does it? And it's not my
And that's,
responsibility to manage your feelings.
no, not at all. And that's where, like, I don't know, if certain things make me feel good and make me feel pretty and you don't like those things, well, guess what? You don't have to do those things. You don't have to wear those outfits. There's nothing, I feel like now there's nothing saying like, oh, you have to look this way in order to be beautiful. I don't think that that's a, like, that's becoming less of a thing because people are being more vocal about being themselves. But
Yeah,
don't bash people in the process that want to make tweaks to make them feel better. And to be said, like, Instagram, yes, there's a lot of negative things that can come out of it, like these, like, people, like young kids not knowing the difference between what is real and what is photoshopped. But
mhm.
like, if I, on so many of my photos, I use that Facetune app and I brighten my eyes and whiten my teeth a little bit, and I
Yeah,
think that there is nothing wrong with that.
yeah. I mean, you're not changing. I mean, you're not changing the complete structure of your face to make you look like somebody totally different. What I really get frustrated about is that so I agree on some level that we need to be very careful when it comes to the vanity industry and what we do to ourselves, because if we're doing it because we hate who we are as a person and are trying to change everything about us in order to run away, escape, or hide from the person that we are, then there's a problem. That is a problem. But that being said, if I want to go out and get my lips done because I don't like my lip line, or simply because I like the aesthetic of having bigger lips, or if I want 30-inch hair extensions that I probably will end up sitting on and hating after a while, like that's my choice. It's my choice, and it shouldn't be up to anybody else, anybody's standard or anybody's taste about what I do. And I actually had a girlfriend. I was actually kind of not disgusted with her, but I was really defensive on behalf of this influencer who I have never talked. Well, I've talked to her, but like I haven't met her in real life. But I was like, oh, I love her style and stuff. And I sent this profile off to one of my friends. And what I got back was so negative, just like, oh, her lips are gross. She looks like a Barbie. Her boobs are too big for her body. Like, just scrutinizing this poor girl. And I'm like, but she likes the way she looks. I think she's beautiful just because she's living her best life and like doing what she wants and what makes her happy. And like, does it really like does that make you feel better, like bringing somebody else down? No, you're just like, I'm probably sitting there going, well, you're probably insecure because you don't have the money to get the boobs, the money to get the extensions, or because if you could go out and get Botox and double your lip size, you would, like you just would. So I don't know, I'm just.
And that's a huge issue for me too, of people that just bash these women, like wanting to do things to make them feel better. And yeah, like you said, fine line between, okay, is there something deeper going on there internally that you're unhappy with and you need to solve? Or is it a matter of, yeah, you just want to get rid of the fine lines, or you want slightly bigger lips? Like, I don't know, like, I feel like, what if that girl was like, you know what, it is my goal, I want to look like Barbie. Like, that is what I want. And that people shouldn't just automatically like shame people for doing that. Everyone wants what they want, and that should be okay. Sorry, my freaking dogs.
Okay.
You're fine. They were just like jumping on the screen, and I'm like, oh god, that screen door's going down.
Oh no. And how is it anybody else's business, you know?
Hi, yeah, okay, my sister's home. Yeah, everyone should do what they want. And I think when it comes down to it, like, really evaluate, why are you doing the things that you're doing? Is it because there's something going on internally that you want to address? Or if you're like, yeah, you know what, I want a slightly smoother forehead, or I want my lips to be a little bit bigger. And you know what, if you don't like it, guess what, you don't have to get it done again. Like, I know people that have like gotten like a lip flip or something like that and then hated it, and they're like, oh, well, I'm not going to do that again. Well, okay, cool, at least you know. And so many people that I know get stuff done, don't tell anyone, and everyone's like,
No one knows.
It's just so beautiful and so natural. And I'm like, bitch, that shit ain't natural. But it doesn't have to look fake either.
No.
Like, and that's where I think there's this weird, I don't know, there's just this weird stereotype around it. And to be fair, I was so guilty of it. Like, I was like, lips, like, it's so fake, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, and then I discovered that you don't have to look fake and have them done. Like, it's not black or white. There's a lot of in between before you get to the, and what I consider to look fake is different what someone else thinks to look fake too.
100%.
That's fine.
I mean, like, and it's okay. So let's. Okay, so your big I haven't really announced it to like anybody. I was basically just gonna show them off when I got them. But I'm getting a breast augmentation in September. I have wanted boobs since I was 15 years old. I've always wanted them. I've always been small, and I'm pretty much. I think like out of all of my friends, out of my close circle of friends, I am the second to last one to actually have boobs. And I want them. and I've just always loved the aesthetic, and I'm not doing it so like, and after having kids made it a lot more apparent that I wanted them, because I'm definitely smaller than I was before I had kids. But I've even had clients like, oh, well, you're gonna have to get them taken out in 10 years. Like you have to be really, really careful, or oh, like breast implant illness is is a thing, and blah blah blah. And it's just like I've done my research. I'm okay with this decision. I know that I want I know that I want them. So why is everybody else chiming in on a decision that I want? And that's why I'm really happy. I'm really grateful for my husband because he and I actually had this conversation today. I was like, I kind of get the feeling that you really don't want me to get them. And he goes, it has nothing to do with me. If you want them, it's something that's going to make you happy. End of discussion. And I was kind of like, why is the rest of the world like this? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it's something that's going to make me happy. And unless it's like super dangerous, like I'm going to get like F's, which I'm not anybody. Well, like, it's like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like it's nobody else's business but mine and yours and Joe Blow down the block. Like, it's this vanity industry. So I tell you.
Yeah, and I think that at the end of the day, like you like and people like taking an hour to work out or go for a walk or do something, like just because you're choosing to do these things, it does not like we had a conversation about how you were getting shamed a little bit for like wanting to work out without your kids, and it's like
Oh, yeah.
like excuse me for wanting to have an hour to myself to like work
Mm-hmm.
on my health so that I can be healthy for my children and not die at a young age
How
because
can I
I
set an example of health to my kids if I'm not being healthy myself? So just like a little bit of context, you guys, after I gave birth to my son, I started really getting back into fitness and working out, and I made myself an accountability Instagram profile. And I posted something and I said I'm super proud with all my progress and blah blah blah. And some random woman off the internet decided to DM me and tell me that I was a selfish person and a bad mother because I cared more about the way I looked than I did about my kids. Nowhere to fly, real story. And I immediately burst out into tears. I was so upset. I deleted the Instagram. Like I left it alone and then I deleted it like a while later. It was just like, first of all, how fucking dare you? Like, I'm doing something that makes me happy, makes me feel good, and ultimately doing it so I can have a long life with my kids. You are a mother of three who sits on your butt and doesn't do anything. I guarantee it.
and is
I
trying
didn't
to
say this to her, but like,
trying
yeah,
to justify her doing nothing and shaming you for wanting to be healthy. And like and I think at the end of the day, if what you want to do is just chase your kids around all day and that is your fitness, go for it. But don't shame people that are taking the time to take care of themselves. And that's where I think everyone is just so quick to judge and assume things. Like just because like you yeah, it really grinds my gears.
what did I say? Please, my corn. That's what I said today.
Yeah. But
It's just
I don't know, I think that, and so many people like when I did 75 hard, and it is like it's a lot, it's a lot of tasks, it's a lot of thing, and we talked about it today, and I truly believe it is a mental challenge. It is not just a fitness challenge, it is mental. So many people like, oh, like that's so much stuff, blah blah blah, but I'm like, well, this is what I'm choosing to do and I want to make the time and I'm willing to make that sacrifice because I know that I needed it in that point in time. Just people who do fitness competitions, it is extreme, like it is extreme, but like you can't bash that. Like it is so up, like the stuff that they go through to do that is insane, like insane. And regardless what you feel about it, you have to like acknowledge the amount of effort that goes into that. And I mean, I would never want to do a fitness competition because to me that's, I just don't find it appealing. But the people that do it, I'm like, damn, like that takes commitment.
exactly. Well, and like, and it's like just speaking about fitness, like, you know, everybody says you like there are so many personal trainers out there. There's so many diets and routines and fitness regimes and all of these things, but not this isn't like, you know, 75 hard probably won't work for me because I know myself and I'll get overwhelmed. It'll be all or nothing and I'll end up giving up. But I commend you for being able to do it. I'm setting myself a different goal. Like it's the same with all of these other fitness trainers and diets and all this information out there. What works for one person is not going to work for the other. So why is that so apparent in the fitness industry, but the fitness industry being so close to the vanity industry, it's not the same. Like, just
Well,
can't.
and there's this, like, talking about going back to like our industry and like hair extensions. For example, I've known a few stylists who are like, "Oh, I don't like the clients that go hand in hand with like the ones that get hair extensions. Like, I don't want those as clients." And I'm like, "Bitch, what are you trying to say? Like, I'm one of those clients. Like, I get hair extensions. Like, they're like, "Oh, well, they're just like so picky and so high maintenance." And I'm like, I don't feel like I'm that picky and that high maintenance. Like, I get extensions so that I can be on a day-to-day basis more low maintenance, actually, because it
Yeah.
requires a lot less to look good.
Same with lash extensions. Like, yeah, it's a 3 week or like maintenance uptake, but you can wake up in the morning looking like a fucking queen without having to fight with mascara for 15 minutes, like I did
I
today.
always I always joke that I do all these high maintenance things so that I can be low maintenance on a day-to-day basis.
I say the exact same thing, girl. I just think like and honestly like it really doesn't. Oh, it's you know what, and it's the same with me being like okay. We have had a battle, you and me, about me being blonde because I keep trying to do all these things to make it less maintenance, but I'm ending up with more maintenance and more work for you and me because I keep fucking switching my mind. And you know what? Like, and I've had so many people like, because I love white blonde hair. Like right now, this is very like gold. Oh my god, look at those curls. See, like it works.
Yeah.
I just had to put my hair out because it was fucking hot. But it was like it's I love being white blonde. I absolutely love it. And the amount of people that have told me that I'm too old to have white blonde hair, that it is a teenage thing, or I'm gonna look like a Jersey Shore reject. I've gotten that a lot too. Has been ridiculous. It's been ridiculous. Or that I'll look like what are they uh
Khaleesi.
no, not Khaleesi. No, it's something about Kelowna. That I look like I'll be from Kelowna. Super white
A
blonde with like or
colonian?
something. I don't know, but like with an ugly, awful tan or something. Like I don't know. Like I've gotten that a lot too, and I'm like, okay. So immediately, as soon as I have blonde hair, I'm suddenly like white trailer trash who can't be a good mom, can't work out, and
But that is where there's this awful stereotype around it. And like, okay, to be fair, yeah, like these stereotypes do come from places. Like I get it. Like hairstylists are dumb and crazy and whatever. But there's lots of ones that are not and are very successful and very smart. And I just
Mhm.
think that I don't know. You cannot be sensitive and work in this industry because you have to have a tough shell to put up with this bullshit and to kind of like navigate through and to know like, okay, fuck you. I'm not going to be a bimbo. I'm going to look fucking hot and you sorry are really I don't know, maybe insecure, jealous that you can't pull it off, but I can.
Okay, but wait, okay, wait, because this actually ties into everything that I am trying to accomplish in my business right now, which I am not telling what it's called yet. It's a secret. But I am trying to pioneer my way through the femininity and sensuality sector because this is so near and dear to my heart because why the fuck can't you be sexy and still be smart? Why can't you be sensual and model for magazines but still be a successful business owner? Why does there have to be that segregation? I don't understand it because I'm currently living it and doing it. I've been published 3 times over the last year in magazines. I have a successful lash like online lash education empire. I'm going to be published in I'm going to be published in an article as an expert for lashes. Like I'm doing all these things. Plus, I like looking hot AF, and I'm getting boobs in the summer. I'm probably going to be showing them off way more than people would like to see them. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, and that's probably making me sound super slutty, but honestly, I don't give a fuck because I'm going to be super excited about it. So why can't I be that raw sensual like Aphrodite attitude and be successful at the same time? It doesn't make sense, and I hate when people tell me that I can't post my model photos because it's unprofessional and
Wait,
can't.
that so with getting into real estate, um my friend messaged me and was like, "Oh, do you have like professional photos or do you need to get some taken?" And I was like, I have a shit ton of photos. Like, but what classifies them as professional? Like, what are they going to be used for? Because I can tell you the fuck right now, I am not going to be one of those realtors that has a fucking on a
Yeah.
billboard. Like,
Or this.
that's not me. That is not my style. No. And oh, I just can't. I cannot do it. I will not do it. And just
Have
like
you seen
anything else
my business photos? Like my first round of business photos, I was like, I don't want these to be stereotypical. So I have like long white blonde hair. We are flipping my hair to the side. I look like I should be on the cover of Vogue magazine. You know what I
the
mean?
one
Like,
the one that's in your
yeah,
studio?
yeah,
Yeah. Love
yeah,
it.
yeah. Okay, hold on, you guys. Here, ready, 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 ready. That one.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
I refuse to like have stereotypical, boring business because that's just not me and it's not you. I love all this stuff, all the content you put out. Like you've got one with like that. I actually, honestly, like the one with when you're like blowing kisses to the camera, holding your hat. I fucking love that photo because it just embodies who you are, and I think that could be super. Maybe not like professional on a business like card, but maybe but for advertising, being so excited about your real estate career, like I just yeah, I don't know. I'm over people telling me what's professional and what's not because I'm not going to listen to people who haven't been where I want to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a money
100%.
nugget, you guys. Pick that one up.
That's why I really hope that we can get her on. I know that she's like so busy, but Megan, the one that owns the
Yes.
extensionist, because she lives that. Like she lives that. She is extremely successful, and yes, she has her struggles, of course, like anyone does, but she owns it. She fucking owns it, and she is not everyone's cup of tea. And that's fine. That is totally fine. And if you don't like her stuff, don't freaking follow her. But I
And
think that
honestly,
she's done
but
such
her
a good job.
and nobody else not liking her does not impede her success. She's opening up
No.
another location in Vancouver. I like, yeah, exactly. I think she's tremendous, and I think she's a real, raw, authentic human being.
Yeah,
Ada,
and it just proves that you can be sexy and extra and beautiful and also be a fucking kick-ass entrepreneur. And that's
yeah,
exactly what she's doing. And I
and
think that
apparently,
you're
no,
seeing
go ahead.
more and more of it because of social media. Like I think that we're starting to see more of it, but it's still, there's so much resistance against it. And yeah, I'm not going to be standing and posing for a
No,
fucking
please don't.
professional
That's just
photo.
not you. Like,
No.
I want you to be like, I feel like you in like like your professional real estate photos, you're gonna have your hat and you're just gonna be like smiling and
Or
happy and like,
my white blazer, like that dress pant thing that I wore with my drink. I was like, I can
yeah,
use that.
and you can absolutely. Why can't you be a real estate who likes enjoying a celebratory beverage with her clients when they've gotten a house? Oh, like I just,
Exactly.
but I also think too that social media is wrought with people who like, okay, so there's an influencer. I'm not going to say her name because I don't want to say something that could be wrong, but there's an influencer that I follow that is all about body positivity and loving yourself for exactly who you are. And I love her content, but sometimes I get the feeling and I get the impression that that's all for show. That's all for her audience because I feel like there's a lot. Sometimes I can sense a little bit of insecurity behind the doors that she doesn't really talk about, and that's really frustrating for me because it's like if you want, like you need to embrace it all and talk about it all. You can't just show the bits that you think people want to see because it's not authentic. It's not real, and that's why. And I talked to you about this today too. This is why this femininity and sensuality sector that I'm pushing to get into, it's that's why I want to be so real and authentic about it because I do not want to go into this sector. I fall down. You did fall down. I don't want to go into this sector. Okay, Ada. As a hypocrite or as I fall down. Okay. I fall down. Okay, you fell down. Okay, go away. But that's the thing. I don't want to be a hypocrite and I don't want to have imposter syndrome going into the sector. And I think that anybody that puts anything out there, it doesn't matter what you do. You're going to be shamed. You're going to be judged. You're going to be there's going to be someone out there that doesn't like you or has an opinion of you. And we have to get to the point where we just really honestly do not have any fucks to give And we just keep on pushing forward and pushing for our goals and not letting stupid people with small minds stop us. Ada, get down, please.
That's a
A
mom
little
face if
shithead.
I've ever seen one.
Oh, she's sitting on top of my treatment bed, and I'm so afraid that she's gonna go falling off the end. But you know what? It's gonna be your own fault. Uh-huh. Yeah. So I mean, that's what I think. Like, I don't know. Like, this subject, I could talk about the subject forever because it is honestly so near and dear to my heart. Because I went through just like a huge discovery recently about my entire life, not that feeling like I needed to manage other people's feelings and other people's opinions of me because how I looked, how I dressed, how I took care of myself made them feel bad, and that's somehow my responsibility to make them feel good, and it's not. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think in the beauty industry, in this vanity world that we're living in, I think it's okay to get this stuff done. It is okay. And if there are deeper problems, then figure that out and search for that internally, and don't rely on these things to make you feel good. You should feel good as a whole, but if you're doing these things to make you feel more confident, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, ever since I got my lips done, I love my pictures. Like, there's very rarely that I have a picture now where I'm like, look at my lips. You know,
Yeah.
like, I feel so much better about it. And it was such a minor tweak, and it took years of convincing for me to finally get the balls to do it. And
Yeah.
I don't regret it for 1 second. And I feel so much better because of it. And that's where, like, if I could never get it done ever again, I could accept that and I can still go about and be happy. But do I love the option of being able to do it? Fuck yeah. Just like I love the option of being able to work out so that I look better.
Yeah. And it's the same thing with my boobs. Like, I honestly don't think I'm going to regret that for a single second because, A, I wasn't young. I'm not young. I'm going to be 31, 2, 1. I don't know when I was born.
That's still young, Amber.
Well, I know, but it's not like I was 18 just out of the bar and getting them so I could make more money. You know what I mean? Like, it took me a long time to make sure that I could make this decision because it's life altering. Essentially, well, for me, it will be. So, I mean, it's not like we do and that's a perfect example. It's like, it's not like we do them just spur of the moment just to help appease our insecurities. It's something that you actually take time out and you think about it, and because you are happy in the long run. Okay, guys, out. Seriously, no, out. No, go talk to Dad. Why are you in here? It's because I don't have a door on my studio right now. Do you know how it's the bane of my existence? You don't appreciate having a door until it's gone. Seriously.
Love it.
Greg.
Love it. Love it.
Well, I mean, like I said, we could talk about this subject for friggin' ever, and I could, but apparently my monsters have decided, no, that's it. We're cutting your this episode short.
It is time for you to go in the pool, Amber. Go in the pool.
Apparently. I'm seriously, like, I'm sweltering down here right now. Like, it's 47% humidity in my studio. It is 26 degrees. I'm wearing, like, I never wear, like, little summer dresses, but fuck it, I need to put it on because I'm dying.
That's okay. I'm outside in a bathing suit, in a lawn chair, in a kiddie pool. So it's fine.
Perfect. I love it.
Oh, it's good.
I thought this was a great episode because it's something that I love talking about.
Yeah, I love it. It's so good to be back. I'm sorry that I missed last week because I was working, but I'm super pumped for where we're going with Tequila Talk Tuesday. I'm excited for all the people we're gonna have on, and that we can start to, like, do this together. We don't have to do it separate anymore. So I'm really excited about that.
Oh, me too. I can't wait to actually have, like, a face-to-face conversation because I feel like you and I actually have really in-depth, deep conversations, and there won't be a lag, and there won't be, like, say your Wi-Fi cuts out, I'm like, what? And then same with me, like, you're like, I didn't hear that, but I'm gonna keep nodding. You know what I mean? Like, we actually are. Oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be so good. This went down way too easily, by the way.
It was. I'm not gonna lie. This was my third one.
Oh, see. Well, I can't drink anymore because my paper straw decided to break. Thanks, Trudeau.
That's funny.
Oh my goodness.
You need to get a metal one.
I don't know. Ew. Cleaning?
Oh,
Do
it's
you have a
good.
metal one? I'm sorry. All
I
right.
do
Well,
have
I
a
love you. I will let you enjoy your time in the kiddie pool and have another drink. I'm gonna go make dinner. Hopefully, something that I don't have to cook because it's really hot. And then next week, what are we doing next week? Do we know? Did we decide?
Well, I feel like, well, I kind of feel like we should maybe do it together.
Okay.
Because what's the date next week?
The
What's the date
6th.
today?
It's the 6th next
Yeah,
week. Yeah.
I feel like we should do it together maybe.
Okay. Okay. All right. Hey. Ooh. Jenna. Okay, you and I will have to talk because I'm having like visions of like you and me on my deck and then like the boys like we could have like a dinner date again. Oh,
When it's 40 degrees outside?
you and me will be on the deck. They'll be inside.
We'll
I
be
don't know.
sitting in the pool doing tequila talk where the men bring us drinks.
Oh my God, can we? Oh my God. Okay.
We'll see if we can
We'll
convince
talk.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we will talk. Okay. We love everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and we are so happy to be back. And happy Tuesday, happy Tequila Talk Tuesday, and
Enjoy
cheers.
Canada Day.
Yes. Oh yeah, happy Canada Day. That's a thing coming up.
Canada Day.
All right. Love everyone. Have a great night. Mwah.